Hello everyone, and today is Tutorial Tuesday, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 3-strand cheer bow. Now what I'm going to do is because these are separate strands, I'm going to sew these together. And yes, these are Avondale school colors or where my kids go. So with the homecoming coming up at the end of September and football games that my son's playing in, I can make this for my baby girl and she can wear this to her brother's games. And when we stand out on our porch and watch the parade go down, she can have her own bows. So I'm just going to pin this together. Oh, and if you're wondering, I cut the ribbon 23 inches long, and this is going to be a smaller type bow. This isn't going to be long like the one that I made previously where it was like huge and it was kind of too big for her head. But I just wanted to do the example in that video, so that's why it was so big. So let's see, I really don't want to have to pin it, so I'm just going to hold it together and stick it in here. Now I'm going to do a zigzag stitch on this and may have to cross it over just a little bit. And you could use matching fabric if you want, matching thread if you want. I'm just going to use the thread that's in here. It is white. And just let it go on through and attach the ribbon together, and you're going to do the same thing with the other strand and connect it to the other side of whatever color you choose. Just going to go a little bit faster here. I know you're wondering, like, why didn't you save this for Sew Saturdays? Because it's Tutorial Tuesday. I wanted to do this for you without using the hot glue, because the hot glue tends to make things a little bit stiff sometimes. So I don't want this to be like super stiff and super hard for me to maneuver, so that's why I'm sticking it. Okay, so now that we have it sewn together, as you can see, I'm going to turn it on the opposite side from where the stitch was. See that? The zigzag there, and then that's the opposite side. So what I like to do is fold it in half and get a middle crease. And we're going to take the two ends here and fold them in, just like the breast cancer symbol. Now I've showed you this before, just in case you forgot. We're going to do it again. So now that we have that, it looks like this. Here's the tricky part. You want to take the bottom half and fold it in. One more time. Take the bottom, fold it up and down. And then we're going to do the same thing with the top. You can always play around with it, adjust it as needed. But there we have it. So now we're going to take our twisty ties and secure the middle so we can finish this off. So we have our twisty tie here. You get these out of the garbage bags, not the used ones. I have to tell people that. When you buy the garbage bags, they come inside. So just put them aside and you can use them for that. Or you can use zip ties, or you can stitch it. Whatever you choose to do. I'm just going to press mine down a little. And you can always adjust this thing. So what do we do with the ends, you ask? We're going to take it and fold it just like that. Get it as close together as possible so it can be even. And you're gonna cut right at the tip of it and kind of go in a slant so you can get the fishtails. See? And you're gonna do the same thing with the other side. And if I haven't said it already, I am using our school colors. My son is on the football team. I have 6 kids in school this year, and they start on the 2nd. So we're getting ready for the football games and the homecoming. I'm going to make some more and just kind of play around with the colors. I may do yellow, purple, yellow, whatever. But see, we're done. And now what you're going to do is decide which one of your little strips here is going to be for the alligator clip and which one is going to be for the center of the bow. And because I have so much purple, I'm going to take this yellow and I'm going to use it for my center and just put it in the middle like that. But before I do that, hot glue time, because you want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So, and if you're using a rubber band, you're going to want to, at this point, put your rubber band on the inside right there, secure it with the hot glue, and then go over it with the ribbon. But I'm not using hot glue. I mean, a ribbon. A rubber band. I'll get it eventually. Okay. So, I like to make fun of myself. You can make fun of me too if you want. But just don't be mean. I don't like mean people. I'm not a mean person. I don't like mean people. Okay. So now that we have that, we're just going to come around with the other end here and secure it. And if you use too much, don't worry. Just throw it away. I waste a lot of ribbon sometimes, but it's okay because I get it at a super great price. So it really doesn't matter if I waste a little bit. As long as I'm not paying an arm and a leg for hair bows that I can make myself. So now that we have that, I'm just going to cut that off and make sure you don't cut into the actual bow. You just want to get the little edge off there. And make sure your hot glue is sticking down. And because I use a twisty tie, you kind of see how everything in the center is going in line with that. Okay, so you can see we have our bow. And she's gonna love it. And this one is actually a little bit smaller than the one I made before, so she'll like this a little bit better. And you can always kind of adjust your ends here and adjust your bow. You can fluff it out, you can flatten it. I'm gonna go ahead also and add some rhinestones to mine to make it just a little bit more fancy. It's gonna be so cute. And I'm gonna do it in line with the stitch here, so it's going to kind of cover the stitch up. And what I do for the rhinestones, I have this little gadget here. I got it from Amazon. They do sell these at Joann's, also Joann Fabrics. And I have my glue here that I use. I also use another glue which I can't find right now, but this is really great for gluing rhinestones onto fabric like this. And I also use this glue when I make phone cases. And maybe I'll show you how to make a phone case one day. So now that we are done with our bow, we're going to go ahead and line this. And you don't really have to line this for older girls, but because my daughter is 5, I'm just going to line one part of it. I'm not going to line the whole thing. I'm just going to line the top part of the alligator clip. And it's a little tricky, and I've gotten myself stuck with hot glue plenty of times doing this, but I just like the effect for it. So what I do is I start on the inside and I put the glue there, just like that, the hot glue, and then I take the ribbon and I go ahead and just stick that down in there like that, and try to get it as centered as you can. So here's the tricky part, and try not to burn yourself with the hot glue. You're going to take this down. So now we're putting more glue just on the top like I showed you. I'm going to stop right there because this tends to dry pretty quick. You're just going to take the ribbon and press it down. Doesn't have to be perfect your first time around. So now here's the part where I told you be careful not to burn yourself. I'm going to, and I don't know why I do this way instead of putting it on the actual ribbon. And there I got myself anyway. Okay, so there we go. You see how I did that? And then we're going to take this little piece hanging and wrap it under. See? Now you can fully line your alligator clip, or you can just partially line like I did. But like I said, for older girls you really don't have to line it, but for younger girls you want to go ahead and line it. And of course for infants you really want to line the whole thing because their hair is so fine and soft. So now what I'm going to do is attach our bow to the alligator clip, and this time I'm going to put the glue directly on the ribbon. Put as much as you need. You want this to stick. You don't want it to come apart while she's wearing it. And what I like to do is leave my bow sitting down and just kind of push it on there like so. And now we have it, right? On there. And you made it all by yourself. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of rhinestones on mine. If you're not going to do that with yours, you can just leave it. It's all done. Okay, so I just want to show you just briefly how I put my rhinestones on. I'm hand doing this. I'm not using the rhinestone ribbon. I think that just looks, it looks good, but I don't know. I'm just kind of old-fashioned. I like doing stuff myself because I like it to be placed exactly where I want it placed. So like I said, I'm kind of covering up my white thread line here. And I may just do the front since, you know, the back part is going to be on her head. I'm not going to worry about the strands of glue right now. And I'm going to use this. And I have my fingers here to give me that kind of board, secure board, so I can go ahead and place my rhinestones where I need them to be. See how I'm doing that there? I'm just going to keep going on with it. They may be a little off, you know, when you're hand placing stuff and you're not, you know, a machine's not doing it. It's not going to be perfect. But that's the beauty of it, because that just shows you that it's handmade. And that's what I love about doing things for myself. And it's a little off, but it still looks good, right? So you can do that with one color, or you can do that with multiple colors. I'll probably put some purple in the middle here so it can look really good.